So moving on to revenue recognition in special cases. If I have sold a product to someone and if I have transferred all the risk and rewards to that person or to that other party or to that customer, then I can simply record it as revenue. So whenever I sell it or whenever I have made the sale, I can simply record it as revenue. That is a simple scenario or simple case. There can be other cases as well. Like for example, I can have a long-term contract. That is, I am making an asset and I will sell that asset once I have made it or once I have completed it. Or I am making a product and I will sell it once I have completed it or once I have made it. Like for example, making a software or maybe making a computer program or any other asset that I will sell after completing it. So in that case, should you be recording revenue at the start or should you be recording revenue at the end? Or should you be recording it throughout the life of the asset? How should you record it? So if you are making an asset and you will, for example, take 1 year or 2 years or 3 years to make it, and after making it or developing it for 3 years, you will sell it to the customer. Then when should revenue be recorded? In first year, last year, or throughout the life of the asset? When should it be recorded? Last year. But you have already started making it or you have already incurred some cost to it. So shouldn't it be recorded throughout the life? So there can be a debate over it, that is whether it should be recorded at the start, at end, or throughout the life. So in this case, we need to look at some other factors. Like for example, if you know the outcome or if you think that outcome can be reliably measured, it is a long-term contract, let us say for 5 years, but you know that this contract will be completed and you know the price that you will get for this contract. So in that case, you are you know that you will be able to receive the revenue at the end, or in that case you are probable that revenues will be received or the economic benefits will flow to the organization. You can also measure the cost reliably, you can also measure the revenue reliably, and you can also rely on the counterparty. You know that counterparty will eventually pay you after 5 years. So if that is the case, in that case you should be recording the revenue throughout the life of the asset. So if there is a long-term contract, but outcome can be reliably measured. By outcome we mean revenues and costs. That is cost of making that product, and revenue, that is the price that you will get on selling it. So if it is a long-term contract, but if you can reliably measure the revenue and cost, then you should record the revenue over the life of the asset or over the period of the construction or over the period of making that asset or developing that asset. Now next question is that how do you record it? How much should you record it in first year? How much should you record it in second year? How much should you record it in third year? So let's say the price is $1,000 and number of years are 1, 2 and 3. You will make it for 3 years. After 3 years you will sell it for $1,000. This is a long-term contract, but you can reliably measure this price. You can also reliably measure the costs that are associated with making this asset. You know how much cost will you incur in first year, second year and third year. Now the question is, how much of this 1,000 should be recognized in first year, how much should be recognized in second year, and how much should be recognized in third year? That is the question. For that, accounting standards provide us with a method that is known as percentage of completion method. Percentage of completion method says that your revenue recording or revenue recognition should be in the same percentage of cost being incurred. So for example, if my price is selling price is $1,000, and to make this asset I know I will have to incur, let's say, $500. So my selling price is $1,000 and to make this product my total cost will be $500. And I know that from this $500 my cost in first year will be 200, in second year it will be 250, and in third year it will be 50. So my revenue should also be recorded in the same percentage. That is, let's say this is my sales, this is my cost. So in first year I will incur $200 of cost. What is 200 as a percentage of total cost? 200 divided by 500, 40%. And in second year I incur 250 out of 500. So what will be the amount? It will be 50%. And in third year I incur 50, that is 10%. So I know that 40% will be incurred in first year, 50% in second year and 10% in third year. So my revenue or sales should also be recorded in the same percentage throughout that life. This is known as percentage of completion method. That is, in first year I should record 40% of $1,000. In second year 50% of $1,000, and in third year I should record 10% of $1,000. This method is known as percentage of completion method. This method will be used when outcome can be reliably measured, when there is a long-term contract, but outcomes can be reliably measured, when you know that what will be the revenues and what will be the cost. So let's do an example over it. Stel Technology has a contract to build a network for a customer for a total sales price of 10 million euros. The network will take an estimated 3 years to be built, and total building costs are 6 million euros. So this is your cost, 6 million, and this is your revenue. In year 1, the company had spent 3 million. In year 2, it had spent 5.4, and in year 3, it had spent $6 million. So consider both as dollars. So what should be the revenue recognition in first year, second year, and third year? If you all could calculate it for first year, second year, and third year, what should be the revenue recognition? And under percentage of completion method. That is, if we assume that this is this long-term contract have outcomes that can be reliably measured. So what will be the revenue in first year? Sorry? 5 million. How? Because in first year the cost, so we have 3 years, 1, 2 and 3. So in first year the cost was 3 million and total cost is 6 million. So that means in first year we incurred 50% of the total cost, that is 3 divided by 6. That means 50% should be charged in or should be recorded in first year. So 50% of total revenue 10 million is 5 million. What is the revenue in second year?
4 million.
4 million, because in second year your total costs were 5.4 million. That means in this second year you spent a cost of 2.4 million. Total cost reached to 5.4. In first year costs were 3 million. So the increase in cost is 5.4 minus 3. That is 2.4 million. And 2.4 as a percentage of 6 is 40%. So that means 40% of 10 million should be recorded in second year. And in third year, how much should be recorded? 10 million, 1 million. That is 10%. This method is known as percentage of completion method, and this should only be used when outcomes can be reliably measured. When there is a long-term contract and outcomes can be reliably measured.